All right, Ken and I are joined by Scott today, and we're going to head up to the Reno mine, up the Nugget Creek area, and we'll see what we can find up there. This is a church.
Well, it looks like a church to me.
Yeah, that's where the steeple is under where they blocked it off here. So right on the edge of the mine here, you'd almost think it was a mine building, but...
Church keys inside.
There we go. Oh yeah, you could camp in here, I guess, if you had to. A few rats to chase out.
Little church keys.
Yeah, I guess you could hide out of here if you skidoo broke down in the wintertime. This shack won't be here for much longer, but it looks of it. There's pretty steep country in here, so. Yeah, we're following this really narrow mule trail. It's pretty cool. And pretty brutal here for them guys to pull stuff out of here because, you know, in the winter there'd be like 10 feet of snow in here and a really narrow trail, steep country here. So, yeah, now we're seeing a little bit of piece of tin, and it looks like we found the adit here. Oh, right on. I don't see any tracks or anything in there. Here we go. Yeah. I don't know how extensive this could be, but pretty solid rock in here. That's it. She end there or is caved in?
Oh, it looks kind of caved in, but it looks like it ends too.
Yeah, you can smell the rats. Oh yeah. Yeah, it might have been. I wonder if they mine further up. No. Probably didn't go much further than this.
No.
A neat shot going over that steep mountain from here. Higher up, and I think it's just kind of a small deposit in here, but a pretty good drop down. Just to see a pretty good view of the tops of the mountains. So in the wintertime, you can just sled right along that ridge there, eh, Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool, eh? Real nice place to go sledding.
I ski that winter.
Alright, so this is the main haul level of the Reno. So we went up the hill there and we found a couple other short adits, and there's an ore pass going down to this level. So we're going to hop in here and see how far we can get. It was a little caved in, but there's a lot of air coming down here, so I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get quite a long ways into there. There's a really old air tank there. Oh, I gotta take a picture of this frog here. We got one similar to this, and when you get it at home and it's in pieces, it's hard to see how it went. So there it is. That splits. It comes from where Ken's standing there, and you can go left or right on this one. So. There we go. Well, let's see what we can find. A bit of newer cable here. So obviously, you know, this wasn't a huge operation because you're looking at 18-inch gauge here.
There's a plastic cap, right?
Yeah, a live one.
It says explosive on it.
Yeah.
So we can go straight, climb over that pile, or we can go this way.
Okay, I don't know. Which way you want to go?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter, I guess we'll go straight for now, I guess.
Okay, right hand rule.
Yeah, well, this looks like the main branch because the airline's going here.
Yeah.
And then also we have the rail here too. So it's kind of cool. You don't see this in mines too much. There's quite a lot of timbering in here. And the reason is because this section's really unstable. You know, you can see this rock is pretty crumbly, but it's in good shape though. The timbering looks to be in pretty good shape. So this is a bit of a collapse here, but I'm sure we'll get up and through here and it'll be good. How's it look? Pretty good there?
Yeah,
just a small little collapse there, yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty big timbering, as you can see. It's kind of weird. You'd see that electric blasting cap just laying on the ground like that.
Yeah, someone may have passed it out because there's a whole bunch of them up in there.
Mark was so worried about everyone's health that they would clean up after themselves. Yeah.
You be able to just walk straight in here. It's really collapsed over the years.
Yeah, I can really feel the air now too. So the air that we saw on the top, there's definitely kind of coming, well, not definitely, but it's probably coming out this way.
Well, I think it's the pack rats that are packing the blasting caps around.
Oh, that could be, you know. You see one of his heads blown off anywhere?
Yeah. See, it's up in their nests.
Yeah. Well, them caps would probably do enough rat damage to a rat.
One of those Chinese knives.
Blow his head off, I think. I think he could lose a finger on one of them blasting caps. I got lots of fingers, so I ain't worried about it. Looks like it was pretty wet here at one time, but it's pretty dry right now. Damp area, you can really see your breath here. This is a very high altitude mine. We're thinking we're probably around, we don't know, we'll check later. I'll guess 7,000 now. 7,000 feet in elevation, maybe. Yeah, not a lot of clearance here, probably less than 6 feet in most of these places. A little unusual. Usually you get a little bit more headroom than that. Oh, there we got an air door. Fancy schmancy air door.
See, this is almost like a shale
Yeah,
in here.
yeah, it's pretty. It's a real sedimentary type of material. Definitely not volcanic.
Quite soft.
Yeah. So this is probably the bottom of an ocean at one time. A lot damper in here now. It's first started off as kind of dry. Here it's a fair bit damper.
This is where I found all the blasting caps.
Oh, okay. Oh, there must be a deposit here. Oh, yeah. Oh, the door's locked here, but we got in anyway. Little explosive storage area, I guess.
This is where they were right here. They moved them all out. There's a big box of them here.
Oh, really? I think the rats moved them?
It looks like someone moved them. Hopefully this isn't the hole.
I wouldn't think so, no. Now this is the bottom level, so.
This is unique. Look at how straight edge that.
Yeah, just about straight up and down vertical.
Watch your step there. I don't know what those.
Yeah, there's lots of caps here, eh?
Here we go. Here's a whole bunch of them.
Wow.
What are those? Those are some kind of.
This is one of an inline kind of a.
Maybe
I haven't seen that.
in the hole or something.
It might be a delay.
Could be.
You want to hook them? Yeah, I think they're a delay, because usually they stage a charge, and that's what. Yeah, those are. So you got all those numbers on there.
Yeah.
So usually when you set up a charge, they don't all blow at the same time. It goes bam, 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 like real quick.
So it implodes.
Yeah, so it kind of ripples as a ripple effect. It's like a wave, eh?
Yeah.
So I think that's what that is, and that's why they're all numbered like that. And it comes part. It's interesting. It's part of a set, eh? So they drill, say, 12 holes, and they're all numbered, and then they have a certain pattern that blows. I think it blasts from the outside to the inside, or from the inside to the outside. I'm not sure.
That looks.
Oh wow, isn't that neat, eh? Sets of those
them.
caps. Huh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I took a bunch home. Probably not a good idea.
Guys shouldn't touch the
We should have brought a battery.
steel part. Yeah. What else do we got on there?
Set them off.
Oh, there's. Yeah, 12-volt battery will set them up. Boy, that's nasty.
Yeah.
You know, they're not really dangerous, but like say you lose a finger, you know.
Firecracker.
Yeah. A little louder than a firecracker, but. And then there's steel around them, so you got the shrapnel. It's not just paper.
Right.
Yeah. So you take an eye out, or.
Let's not do that.
Oh, I've set them off before, but yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
More powerful than a firecracker?
I would think a bit.
they're louder than firecracker.
Oh yeah, louder.
Oh, shit. Something bounced off my head there.
We'll get lower to
Chunks
park
of
on.
debris. And then it hit the roof over there.
Some shrapnel.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Holy shit!
That was good. It's too much for that fire. Let's do that again. I want to film Ken see how much it jumps.
The fire's completely gone.
That is incredible.
Not even any smoke left.
There you go. Forestry needs these.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, like,
So this is vent tubing, it's not compressor line, so they push the air back in here. We have a oxygen monitor, so we don't have to worry about poor air here.
It's cold in here at least, so.
Yeah, it feels cooler in here for sure. That one's in.
Yeah. This is it. This is the end.
Trifactor. There's no rating on that. Have a look. I'll look at this one, see if I see any rating or anything, but a lot of dirt in here. This must be going up to that section that we were at. And look at that rose-colored rock here.
Oh yeah. Ruby Silver.
Yeah, Ruby Silver, yeah. That was a cool movie. What was that movie called?
The Legend of Ruby Silver.
Yeah, Legend of Ruby Silver. Check it out, it's really cool. So while we're in here, there's a viewer that he watches this show religiously with his mom, Jill, from California. We're supposed to say hi to him. Jill, yeah.
Hi, Jill.
Jill. From way down inside of a mine in British Columbia. Well, that's a pretty unstable section here. There's more wire here.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what you used to set off those electric blasting caps. They're just real small little wires.
So they set the charge and then they run
Yeah.
the wire out.
Just a 9-volt battery is enough to set them off. It don't take much.
Huh.
Back in the old days, they had charge generators and stuff, but they didn't have batteries and stuff, so they used those. It doesn't take very much to set those electric blasting caps off. Yeah. Oh, this is a really pretty formation, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got yellow, brown, white, silver, rose color. The more light you got, the faster you can pan without it getting blurry, because the camera, when it doesn't have very much light, it just slows the frames per second down. So that's why you want lots of lights, otherwise it's blurry when you move. So we're again, we got a pretty loose section in here. It's all timbered up. Oh, that's interesting. Look at the footwall there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we're not going to find any gold in this mine. Because, you know, you can obviously tell there was a vein here that they chased up against this footwall. And all the ore is definitely gone. Oh, there we go. So there is a ore chute. So it's likely, when we were looking up from that other little ore pass, that might have been, well, or possible. I don't know if it's likely. It's possible it's above us. But there's probably going to be a bunch more in a small section. I think, just kind of from the distance, we're probably below that. Oh, looks like somebody had a little party in here.
What do you got here? Nothing.
Yeah, you see a lot of that. And so it's a little electrical rooms they had. Oh, you know what this is? Oh, that's an air mover. Yeah, that's to move air
Yeah, they probably had it
for ventilation. Yep, it's right up against there. So they sucked air from that part. We want to get in that part though. Oh, we might find another way to get in there.
Let's check this out, and then we can come back and mount that.
Yeah. So they had fresh air coming in from there. Well, they're either blowing it in or out of there. It looks like there's a false floor right above us. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got to try to find a way to get up there.
Watch right here.
Oh, we can get up there easy. We just pull one of these boards. Well, we'll see. Maybe there's an easier way, but.
Watch this, Frank. There's a false floor right there.
Okay. Now we're getting into some interesting stuff, eh?
Big hole right there.
You don't think that ladder looks good?
I don't know how far down it goes.
Yeah, it looks good as long as you got a rope. Oh yeah, it goes down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, that'd be a cool one to check out if I had the rope, eh?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be very hard with the rope. Huh.
It goes up, way up here.
No, that might have been where we were. Oh, that's all interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks similar to. So the formation is going straight up and down. Well, we can. We'll check that out. Well, I'm gonna bring some ropes and go down there because that's not that difficult to get down there as long as you got a safety rope. Maybe get in some interesting areas that other people haven't been into too much.
Because there's no way out unless it goes out the other side of the mountain.
Oh, it's starting to get pretty extensive in here.
Almost makes me think maybe it does go to the other side of the mountain, because how would they get the ore up?
Feel the wind. Yeah, I can really feel the wind here. Lots of air moving out of here. Oh. Of course, when it gets narrower, you feel the wind more because it's choked up, but still. Well, what do we got here? Oh, it continues on. Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, it looks cool.
Keep going up.
Interesting to check out those old legends, you know,
Yeah.
where people say, oh yeah, they went in here and they come out the other side of the mountain. Be pretty cool if it was true. But we can feel the air, so.
Let's wait the shooting here.
Yeah, there's a big horseshoe going straight up there. It looks like there's, boy, lots of horseshoes in here. So we've seen about 4 or 5 in a row.
There's no footprints except for yours in here, so.
Yeah.
Good sign.
We're definitely
Good sign or a bad sign?
a good sign. Yeah. Little false floors, you know, this is where you gotta be careful. You know, hope you're not standing on the same thing, but probably not. Well, I've never seen a false floor underneath one of these ore chutes because there's so much weight with the cars that it doesn't work that way. So, yeah, pretty extensive development in here. Look at that ladder going up. Oh wow! You definitely wouldn't want to go up there with that ladder. At least I wouldn't. Oh, you could get up anyways. Oh, wow. You could pop. Oh, that's pretty neat, eh? Boy, there's a lot of development here. Well, there's some old boot tracks here. Oh, so there was a dam here. We stored water here at one time. So we'll go on here, but I don't think this is going to go out. So we got a pretty good sized deposit above us, judging from a big row of horseshoes. We got some calcite on the floor here, and we'll continue to the right. What's already on the wall, but it's just numbers and stuff. Carbide, yeah.
Do you know when they stopped using carbide, Frank?
That's actually an interesting question. Geez, you know, I don't. Some guys maybe held on to it for a long time because they never had good batteries for a long time. You know.
They had them big battery packs.
Oh yeah, in the 70s. The 70s, you started using those great big battery packs. I think in the 70s they come.
Okay.
I would say probably around the late 60s or the maybe very early 70s. They started using those great big huge batteries. Yeah, it seems in this formation they lose the vein and all of a sudden they try splitting off the whole bunch of directions to try to pick it up again, and it just pinches off, I guess, and they lose it. Yeah, same thing, eh? We saw one where it split into 3 and it stopped, and this one splits into 2, so. Let's see if we can find here. able to get anywhere here. It's got stalls way up, but it doesn't continue along.
Just dead ends there?
Yeah. It goes up a long ways, but there's no way to get up there.
Yeah. Get all them working platforms, hey?
The only way you could get up there, well, rotten ladder, you wouldn't want to do that.
No.
When we were at the top cross cut,
Yeah.
I could take a rope down a little ways to get across, but the trouble is, all this has got boards. I should film this, but all this has got boards in it, and they're all freaking rotten and false floors.
Yeah.
So if you're up there, there's no freaking safe way to move around anywhere, or you risk falling through. Which, a pretty high risk. So, look at that, it's quite a lot of, there's ladders that go way up in that top part. And there's a big ore pass going down. Pretty cool. But, you know, obviously there's no way you'd ever walk on any of that stuff. Dangerous enough just walking down there. I mean, if any of that suddenly let go. But these are all false floors going way up there. And we've been pretty dangerous for the miners to work up in here too, when you're working on formations like this. And it doesn't take much of a little misstep. Something's not wedged in properly or whatever, and I'm sure they didn't have safety lines and ropes and everything like they got now. And of course there's loose rock. That's always a big hazard too, is loose rock falling on you. So here, we'll have a look at this side here. So all the ore is completely cleaned out of here. Looks really neat, eh? Yeah, way up there. And there, that's all ore. Would have been pretty soft. And I probably just mostly just kind of dug it out from the bottom and worked your way up. And then it just kind of kept falling down and cleaned it out in these chutes. Pretty fair. Not really uncommon type of formation, but it looks really neat. Yeah, the hanging wall just perfectly straight up and down. The ore was up against it, and so the ore is probably not as wide as this tunnel is, but they had to chisel up the rest of the tunnel so you know it's wide enough to get by.
Some kind of manifold here for the air system.
Probably just a storage tank or something there.
Remember we went into that one room and it was the wall, it was blocked off?
Yep.
I wonder if this is that tunnel.
Yeah, probably is. We'll have a look. It's got that screen in it where
It's
they're.
got those two logs right there.
Yeah, we'll check it on the way back, but it's probably the same one. Yeah, it's in that same area.
Yeah.
They're sucking air out of there for some
Looks like
reason.
there's a hoist here and a false floor happening, so
Oh wow.
definitely goes down there big time. There's a big chain block up there.
Oh, and a bell. Hey, wow. I gotta get this bell. They just have a little string on there and they, oh, that's so cool. I never seen it. That's amazing that's still here. You have a little string on it and the guy down there goes ding, ding, ding to bring the hoist up.
Yep.
That's old because they went to the electric ones after that. And that little skip car is just for the miners. Stuff. Well, there's gotta be a lower level somewhere. Because obviously,
You'd think so, but we're at the, unless it's farther down in the valley.
oh, so there's an air operated tugger, and that's not really old tugger. It's a nice tugger. Oh, did it break? Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, and that's just for that skip car. So that's only to bring miners supplies and stuff up and down. It's a nice tugger. Oh, it's pretty extensive going up here too. So there's a big vertical vein here going up and down. And it's actually safer for us to go down than up because we can use the ropes. Oh, pretty skinny there. Ken says it widens out up here, so Oh yeah. So this deposit, it's got a lot of vertical, it's quite deep vertically, up and down the mountain. But doesn't seem to go in horizontally a crazy amount, or so far as we've seen. Oh, Rare, this is another part of the Reno, I guess, or I don't know what's called what, but this is a big ore bin here. Pretty big bin. We've crossed quite a few tram lines on the way up here. I just saw the cables on the road. So we're really up in the high country here.
I think that
There's a bit of a building there. I don't know what it is. They might have had a stable up here for horses or mules. And that's like a pretty high altitude mine. The first one we were at, I thought was Reno, but it's not. It's another mine. But there's a lot of mines up here in the Sheep Creek area, and they're all kind of pretty close together, and it's a little hard to tell what's what. Interconnected, some of them. So I don't know. So it looked like there's part of a grizzly there underneath us. So a grizzly was, you know, the bigger rocks would just roll off of it, and then the smaller ore would go down through. I don't know what this was, you know, it kind of looks like an ore bin in a way, but on the other hand, the way it's set up, you'd think it was maybe the top of a gravity tram. A little hard to tell, it's in pretty poor condition now. What a gorgeous countryside here, though. We're up in the alpine or the subalpine here. Just enjoying a beautiful day up here. There's quite a few adits around here we can have a look at. And these are controlled by Margo Resources. Well, they have the mineral rights to it. I don't think they control anything.
camera too, just because it's good.
All right, so we're just a little ways in. We think this is the highest portal, but obviously there's more workings above it. So it's not the highest portal, but it may be the highest crosscut level. So there's a bit of a stoped out area. And I think this might be a really good spot for bats because it's pretty dry in here. I don't know about the altitude, but we'll see. So we set the bat monitor up right there. Now the problem with this is it's we're on top of that vein goes straight down. So this is a false floor here. So I'm not going to try going across there without a rope. So I got my turn rigging on here, and we're just going to rig up here in case we're actually going to cross there and it was okay, but we're going to keep that rope tight. And if anything happens, then we're not going to fall to the bottom of the mine. So there we go. So you always want to test it before you go. Well, this is this dynamic rope, so it's got a fair bit of spring here. And I'm just going to walk and pull it across. All right, I guess I'll just take the camera. Do you want to come across or no?
I'll let you go first.
Pretty rotten here, but I'm thinking there's probably some solid timbering underneath it. Got quite a bit of material on top of that. Like you see, it goes straight down. So if I suddenly fall, I'm going to be in for a pretty cool ride. Definitely wouldn't want to do this without a rope. Okay. And as soon as we get to this part, it's fine because see the ledge goes that way. Okay, we're going to throw a rock down there just for the fun of it. There's the ore pass there. Yeah, so there's a fair ways down there. And they pulled a bunch of tubing and stuff out of here. Okay. I'm just going to keep letting myself out slowly. This is all pretty solid here. Okay. Okay. Well, pretty interesting anyhow. It looks pretty good, like there's board planks going across here. It looks like in pretty good shape. We definitely need a rope. A little tricky. That's actually pretty dangerous. interesting to film. The problem is, see, if something breaks, you know, you got a rope, but you're gonna swing down. That's a long ways down. You're gonna swing. You know, and doesn't know how far. If it's just a little ways, like, yeah, it's pretty dicey, I would say. Even with the rope. I don't think we should go any further, Ken. It's really cool though. But we're probably not going to see anything. It's just access to a higher stope. I could bring a rope and go. But you look at that. I mean, look how poor that is. How poorly constructed that is. No, we're going to have to pass on this. Because even with the rope, you're going to fall. You're going to swing like a pendulum a long ways down if you fall. Mind you, it's not likely to break all those stalls. You probably only fall a little ways. But it's going to be pretty tricky for anyone to rescue me. Now, we weren't going to do that. We shall find another way.
Talk, cut to the chase. Time's running out, and they're using live bait. Streets infected.